Prime Minister Modi surprised everybody with an unexpected, a very stirring commendation of wealth creators in his Independence Day speech.
आवश्यकता है देश में वेल्थ क्रिएट करने वालों का भी उतना ही मान सम्मान और प्रोत्साहन होना चाहिए, उनका गौरव बढ़ना चाहिए.
Most tellingly, by using popular English terminology, mark that, English terminology, he said wealth creators. He did not say Punji Utpadak or Sampati Utpadak, which is what he's want to do. Therefore, he was clearly signaling a reach out to new gen entrepreneurs and to elite business people who have gotten estranged from him. And by obliquely acknowledging that his regime may have treated them with contempt or with suspicion.
जो देश की वेल्थ को क्रिएट करता है, जो देश के वेल्थ क्रिएशन में कंट्रीब्यूट करता है, वे सब देश की सेवा कर रहे हैं. हम वेल्थ क्रिएटर को आशंका की नजरों से न देखें, हम उनके प्रति हीन भाव से न देखें.
Now mark that phrase. He said heen bhavna. He was therefore being as contrite as the Prime Minister can ever be on a public platform. He then issued a clarion call for disruptive, not incremental, disruptive change.
इंक्रीमेंटल प्रोग्रेस, उसके लिए अब देश ज्यादा इंतजार नहीं कर सकता है. हमने हाई जंप लगाने पड़ेंगे, हमने छलांग लगानी पड़ेगी, हमने हमारी सोच को भी बदलना पड़ेगा.
So I'm going to give our Prime Minister the benefit of all doubt. Perhaps he is ready to shed the statist mindset that has bedeviled his economic policies until now. And since I know how fiercely, how almost devoutly he believes in the biannual Navratra tradition of fasting, and he does that to reinforce his what he calls his sankalp, that is his determination.
नवरात्रि के इस पावन पर्व पर मैं देशवासियों को अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं और मां शक्ति से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि देश के सामान्य मानवी के जीवन की आशा आकांक्षाओं को पूर्ण करने के लिए हमारा देश नई ऊंचाइयों को प्राप्त करे.
I shall give our puritan Prime Minister 9 ideas to rethink, reboot and turn around India's economy. 1. Save assets. Inflict losses on equity and bondholders. The Modi government has made a crippling error by killing assets along with prosecuting errant owners and managers. Now, il&fs and Jet Airways and now possibly a DHFL, which is also seemingly on death row, are two of the most graphic examples where healthy assets should have been saved, even as the lawbreakers were hounded to justice. Now, that would have allowed thousands of innocent workers to keep their jobs, and that would have inflicted the entire loss on owners of risk capital. After all, aeroplanes or roads and dwellings are not criminals. It's the people who are the risk capital owners who are the criminals, if they are. Point number 2, use deep discount rights issues to multiply every public rupee infused in banks. Now, the Modi regime has virtually wasted time and money by putting driblets of capital in public sector banks over several years. It now needs to repair each balance sheet in one go. And it now needs to think of innovations like a deep discount equity issue with attached warrants on a rights basis. And that would multiply the impact of every single public rupee. Third, they should now shed their diffidence, shed their doubt, and actually throw a lifeline to non-banking finance companies along with the real estate and automobile sectors. You know what? A stitch in time does save 9. And again, this is Navratri and 9. In fact, I would argue, and I've been arguing for a long time, for a bold TARP, TARP-like window to solve the liquidity crisis of several troubled operations. As an article of faith, we should never allow a liquidity crimp to become a solvency crisis, which is what we are in danger of doing right now. And I just want to remind you what TARP is. TARP was the famous Troubled Assets Reconstruction Program authored by Ben Bernanke to save the American economy during the post-Lehman recession. And there were spectacular results to show for that program. Now, idea number 4. Let's create a $1 trillion sovereign fund by pooling all public sector companies under it. Now, this professionally managed company should be floated on an overseas stock exchange like the Chinese have done, like others have done, to create a proxy India stock. It should be allowed to sell all unhealthy and non-core units and therefore generate cash for itself. My calculations show that this could release several $100 billion of productive investments in a virtuous invest, build and divest cycle. Idea number 5, let's overhaul the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Now that we have the experience of several real-life cases the government has in its arsenal, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code should be comprehensively amended to make it a swift, incisive instrument of capital assets which can be made mobile. Idea number 6, we should stop the hostile taxation of equity capital. And the government must make quick amends here. Don't drag the decision. Long-term capital gains and dividend distribution taxes should be abolished. All fetters on issuing differential voting rights shares should be removed. Angel and the valuation mismatch taxes, which are really regressive, they should be unhesitatingly killed for all companies, not just for a designated set of companies, but for all companies. Idea number 7, let's curb tax terrorism. The Modi government should acknowledge that it has created a Frankenstein by giving arrest and other intrusive powers of extortion to tax officers, all of which should be rolled back. Idea number 8, let's just stop fudging the real fiscal deficit. The government could wipe the slate clean by converting all off-balance sheet borrowings into a one-time perpetual bond. Once it has done that, it should become completely transparent from here on in future. And finally, idea number 9, Navratri idea number 9, stop appointing retired bureaucrats in key regulatory assignments. Instead, Prime Minister Modi should co-opt, very credible, admired domain experts who have a modern outlook, they've got great credentials. They should be called in to oversee key economic sectors. And if the regulators are in conflict with the bureaucracy and the ministries, Prime Minister Modi should celebrate such dissent because honest solutions will emerge out of it. So in the end, Prime Minister, pardon my colloquialism, but just do it this Navratri. और अगर यही विचार जो मैंने अभी आपके सामने रखे अंग्रेजी में आप हिंदी में सुनना चाहते हैं तो आप हमारी हिंदी क्विंट की YouTube चैनल पे जाइए और यही वीडियो आपको हिंदी में भी मिलेगा. And of course, you must not forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now.